Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. It's Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. David Warner has won the toss and elected to field first. They did the same thing in the last game. They couldn't chase the target down. I think here they'll want to be a bit tighter with the ball, pick up more wickets, and be better in the field as well. Let's start with the lineups. Royal Challengers Bangalore, Virat Kohli, Devdutt Padikkal is back. He comes in place of Padikkal, and then Shahbaz Ahmed, Glenn Maxwell, AB de Villiers, Washington Sundar, Dan Christian, Kyle Jamieson, Harshal Patel, Mohammad Siraj, and Yuzvendra Chahal. That is your RCB lineup. And then your Sunrisers Hyderabad lineup is Ridhiman Saha, David Warner, Manish Pandey, Johnny Bairstow, Vijay Shankar, Jason Holder coming in for Nabi, Abdul Samad, Rashid Khan, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Natarajan, and Shahbaz Nadeem. I think Nabi got hit on his neck in the last game against KKR, and that's why he's not fit enough to play. And for the balance, Holder comes in as the foreign player, and for the balance, they got in Shahbaz Nadeem as the spinner in place of Sandeep Sharma, which is kind of surprising. Sandeep Sharma has a great record against RCB, in particular against their captain Virat Kohli. He's picked him up, I think, 7 times. Abu Bakr, Assalamualaikum Salam, Ramadan Mubarak to you as well, man. I think it's iftar time there almost, so have your iftar and then watch the game. But yeah, man, I think Sunrisers, if you look at their lineup, it's a pretty strong lineup. Probably the spinner Shahbaz Nadeem, how he's going to play, that's going to be very important because I think these pitches are conducive to spin, especially in Chennai. Whereas Bangalore, I think now their opening batsman looks solid with Devdutt Padikkal there. How Shahbaz Nadeem plays at number 3, I'm not sure. I think AB should play there, but if he performs well, then that's good. But I think that's a bit of a risk. But apart from that, the bowling looks better this season with Jamieson, Harshal Patel in good form, Mohammad Siraj. I think Chahal will get a lot of assistance from the pitch in this game. I think he's going to be an important player, Yuzvendra Chahal. We saw what Rahul Chahar did last night. And that's why I was a bit surprised with Warner winning the toss and batting, because I felt that this kind of pitch is better to bat first because it's conducive to spin. You saw how Mumbai won the game. Of course, they have a brilliant bowling lineup, but it's not an easy pitch to bat on as the ball gets older, and there's not much dew. So in Chennai, if there's not that much dew, then the pitch becomes a bit slower and becomes even more difficult. There's more wear and tear. Abu Bakr, I'm not convinced with Risers batting lineup. Apart from David Warner and Bairstow, can the others win matches with their batting? To be very honest with you, yes, their batting is top heavy. But that's how they play. That's their style. This has been their style for the last 4 or 5 years. They won a championship as well. They depend on a few batsmen. But to be honest, I think their batting has improved. It's just that they need to step up. Like if you look on paper, Manish Pandey has played for India. He's a good player, but he's lacking that finishing touch, those big hits, which he used to do before, but now he doesn't have that. Vijay Shankar has played a World Cup for India. Yes, I know he didn't have the greatest of tournaments, but you expect him to do well with the bat and ball. You have Jason Holder and Abdul Samad and Rashid Khan. These are good finishers. They can hit the ball. They can hit the boundaries when needed. I think they're missing Williamson, but Williamson, I've heard from, I think Trevor Bailey saying that he's not fully fit. If he's fit, then he walks into the lineup. So that will strengthen their middle order. I think Williamson on these pitches, especially against spin, is crucial. Now the thing is with the middle order, yeah, I agree with you. But even David Ward, sorry, I got confused there. But yeah, I agree with you with the middle order is kind of weak. I agree with that, but there are batsmen there who've done it in the past, and they need to step up. And I think with Bairstow coming in the middle order, Saha and Warner at the top, that kind of balances up. Like Bairstow comes towards the middle overs, and he's in good form. I think he can bat anyway. What is very important is Saha and Warner, Abu Bakr. I think Saha and Warner, if they can get a strong start, the power play, you can lose wickets. If you lose 2 wickets, both openers in the power play, then yes, it puts pressure on any middle order. If you look at their middle order compared to other teams as well, it's not that bad. Like we saw KKR's middle order is stacked, but they collapsed yesterday. Mumbai Indians middle order, of course, it's amazing, but they're struggling a bit. So I think you have to back your strengths, and the strength is the top order, Warner and Bairstow. They need them to perform. But I think these guys can chip in. Manish Pandey has shown that he can score runs, but he needs to score at the right time. He needs to find the boundary at the right time. His timing is a bit off. He's a bit explosive in the beginning, and then he slows down. He needs to continue that at a good pace. He's a good batsman. And Abdul Samad, I think he's going to be key. How does he play in this game? How does he play in this tournament? Do they promote him above Holder or above Shankar? you never know if the situation requires, if they have a high run rate, 10, 11 runs and over, I would play him above Shankar as well. But there's some good players there. But one thing that was disappointing for Sunrisers in the last game was their death bowling. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, I think he was really expensive with the new ball. He didn't get any swing, and then in the death overs, he was expensive. They have to improve that. They leaked too many runs. Rashid Khan has been brilliant. I think he'll be brilliant again. Abu Bakr says, I agree. I think if Pandey plays like his KKR season, batting could be really strong. Yeah, exactly. And there was a season as well, I think, when Warner wasn't there and Pandey stepped up. He made 80 odd in a few games as well when Williamson was captain, or it was the season after that. So he's shown he can do it. It just, and you don't require like so much. Like it's just like, the odd, it's just the strike rate. That's what he improved. He is contributing with runs. It's not like he's getting out on ducks. It's just his strike rate. He needs to improve on the little bits. But yeah, I think the death bowling is something, and the new ball bowling, Bhuvneshwar, Natarajan, how do these guys perform with Jason Holder? He's experienced. I think that'll be important. They need to restrict RCB around 160, I feel. Anything above that will be a tricky score to chase on this pitch. Same goes with RCB, the death bowling, how it will be. Historically, they've been very expensive. But with Jamieson, I think the attack looks better. He has a lot of pace. He puts the batsman on the back foot. It's not really easy to play him. He has the slower ball as well, so he has variations. When you bowl like 140, 150 clicks and suddenly bowl like 100 kilometers per hour ball, it becomes difficult for the batsman. And I think he's a really good addition with Harshal Patel getting the ball to move as well. So this RCB bowling lineup is better than last season, and I think it won't be that easy to chase for Sunrisers if it's a big score. Now they're batting. Virat Kohli, Devdutt Padikkal opening the batting. Devdutt Padikkal, both of them they give you solid starts, but can they bat at a high strike rate? That will be important because they both kind of run a ball players. Then you have Shahbaz Ahmed. He'll probably work it around, and then is your big show, Glenn Maxwell and AB de Villiers. I would ideally, I think, especially you're batting first, I would play AB one down. I think you need maximum deliveries. And try to get as many runs as possible, right? So I think I would play him one down, but I think he's going to bat at 5. Maxwell and AB, that's their engine room for the runs. I think they'll rely on that. Can Kohli anchor the innings? That will be key. There's no Sandeep Sharma today, so that's one relief for Kohli. But I think he's a class player. He will, he will get you the big scores. I think he'll be looking forward to playing this game. This pitch, though, we saw Rohit Sharma struggle. Kohli is similar. Will he be a bit more fluent on this pitch, or will he anchor it a bit? It'll be interesting. But yeah, I think 150, 160 par. Right now, it's a 50-50 game. I'm going to tip Sunrisers for personal biases, but it's going to be a really good game of cricket. And watch out for the second innings for the likes of Chahal and I think who's their other spinner? I think Washington Sundar. It'll be a bit hard to, on this pitch, it'll be a bit difficult. I think par score Abu Bakr will be 150. You saw yesterday 150 was defended. I think anything above that would be very competitive. 170, 180 will be competitive. No, 170, 180 might be match winning, to be honest. So 160, 170 is competitive. 150 is par, I feel. And I don't think it's going to be that easy unless they're playing on a different strip in the same ground. But I think it's going to be a similar type of pitch anyway. There's no dew as well in Chennai. In one of the games, I saw it come towards the end, so that could play a part. But if there's no dew, then actually the batting side does have an advantage. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me, Abu Bakr, man. You are one of our greatest followers, greatest fans. Make sure you join us at post-match as well. Thank you so much. Enjoy the game and take care. Catch you guys soon.